Welcome back, everybody. A short break was what was said we were gonna have, and it's exactly what we got. 3 minutes was the game time, downtime between games, and of course I had enough time to get my words in check. Obviously not. Team Spirit versus No Diggity, our second semi-final of the night after Power Rangers was able to triumph 2-1 over the Danish Bears. We'll see who will join PR in that winners bracket final. Will it be Cinderen's new team with the very spectacular playing of Qualifier of late? Will it be Team Spirit, one of the roster shuffles from CIS's results? Who will it be? Give me your answer, Ryu.
Radiant
Even before we have a draft.
Before draft, I would say, I think both of these teams are on fire right now, so I'm gonna say Team Spirit. I don't think Team Spirit 2-1, but it's very close. It's like a 55-45 or even 50-50. I think both teams match up really well. Both teams have great players, and I don't think anybody has a clear edge. I saw some of No Diggity's games where they pick up like Enigma and Faceless Void and had crushing success, whereas the same on Team Spirit where they try to utilize Enchantress a lot, as well as OD. So these are, scumbag OD pickers. Iceberg, Harry picked this hero, but no, they're just playing to their strengths right now for both teams.
Alright, it's not Iceberg picking us. Black. He's the king of scum. he's also one of
no, you have to play the hero though,
guys, actually, unless you piss him off. Don't piss off Black. If you waste his time, you piss him off. If you think you know what you're talking about with Dota and you really don't, then you piss him off. That's his two biggest triggers.
Oh, he's gonna get pissed at me. I lost.
It's a gnat rear.
Wow. I could have said should have said that for Toby, but I'm a nice guy. I'm just kidding. I'm just teasing. But
Team Spirit also been watching No Diggity's games. Marana, Bane, another two big pickups that Cinderen's been turning to a lot.
Yes.
They're going to be, at least one of them is going to be removed. The Lone Druid and the Nature's Prophet, you just have to ban them out against this team of No Diggity. They're too good with both of them.
Dire team ban.
Yeah, I like the Marana that they've been using for the arrows, either in the mid lane or even just to cancel out some of the creeps from Enchantress. So they've been doing a really good job of rotating around the maps from No Diggity early on in the game. That's what's been impressive. As for what Team Spirit are going to be banning and picking here, everything's open. Don't have any tall tale sign. There's still Beastmaster in the pool. Still have the Earth Spirit as well, but could be too greedy if you have Earth Spirit and Enchantress on your team.
Yeah, you're gonna need to have like insane lanes if you're doing that, like lane presence from your cores. You kind of have someone that's just able to just sit back and farm up a little bit harder. Especially considering like Faceless Void right now, Team Spirit doesn't have anything which really catches him out. The Enchantress doesn't. The OD actually just buys him time, so...
OD just... No, actually OD face wrecks Faceless Void. It's like an Ursa. You just put those Fury swipes on him, he starts taking additional damage, can't stay in lane. Same thing with OD here. You just steal all of his intelligence, he can't do anything in the lane. So
as long as he's got time walk though, you shouldn't be able to get the initial kill. And then Void just becomes the setup for Invoker to do his stuff. And a Rubik pickup. Okay, not what I was thinking, but...
The counter to Enigma. They're just setting up. I mean, they could have still picked Venge too, like Venge or Rubik. But they want something to maybe D-push.
Yeah. And No Diggity could also just get something like a Witch Doctor. Rubik can't steal his ulti with a good Voodoo Restoration toggle. In fact, like, I remember I talked to Cinderen about this at Shanghai, and he was just like, it's actually impossible.
10 seconds remaining.
The way that you do your Death Ward, you can toggle Voodoo Restoration as you're actually putting down your Death Ward. So there is actually no timing in between when Death Ward is done and you can toggle Voodoo Restoration that Rubik can steal your ulti. Bane, however, that's an easy one to steal. Hello, channeling ability.
Yeah, if you want an easy steal, I'll give me a Bane here. You can also cancel it with the lift here. Just steal it. I want to see from Team Spirit though. Kind of hard still. What could they get? I mean, I still think Tidehunter's not too bad here in this situation. It'll take off the sleep and Fiend's grip if you do too much damage, or I mean the Fiend's grip.
Reserve time.
It could help out against the Faceless Void when he chronos. You can have that Ravage ready to counterplay.
You could have a lot of issues though with the fact that I'd actually prefer to see something more like the Beastmaster from Funnick in this game.
Well, I talked about it, but they haven't picked it yet. So I
Yeah.
thought that would be like instantaneous. So I think they're thinking about something else.
They could just be waiting a little bit longer to pick up their offlaner. The reason
True.
why I'm a little bit iffy about the Tidehunter is because if you do try and build a mech on him, because you're not going to build a mech on the Enchantress,
Radiant team pick.
your Invoker EMP Tornado, if it is across Wex, will just... Actually, it won't destroy you, will it? Because you got OD on the field. Yeah, no, I take that point back. I was actually thinking, I keep seeing Tides which are really, really short of mana all the damn time. With an OD on the field, you shouldn't have that same issue.
Right. But instead they're going to go for the Night Stalker offlane here. He's going to be able
10
to...
seconds remaining.
I wonder if he's going to get a lot done. That's the biggest thing. You have Enchantress now as
5
well as
seconds
Night
remaining.
Stalker. They should be able to put a lot of pressure because they picked up this Bane. They don't have a Witch Doctor
Reserve time.
from No Diggity. Maybe they should get a... Maybe they should get a CM here. It's not too crazy to think about. They need something to deal with the Enchantress dual lane that's going to be coming out, Team Spirit. And the best way I see that is since there's no Doom or Potom, it has to be the CM. Because I don't think Witch Doctor is going to be enough. You're just going to dodge the... You're just going to be able to stun the creep for 5 seconds, but the creep is still going to come at you.
Yeah. But they need something that's also able to synergize with the Faceless Void. Invoker, like if
That's
like,
yeah,
it actually
okay,
has to be a
that's
class
bad.
X on Invoker, doesn't it?
Oh, okay.
Dire
Do it
team
anyway.
ban.
They do it anyway.
Synderen, he's a stubborn captain by the looks of it. Alright,
That
so
worries me. That
that's-
worries me.
It should worry you, because Team Spirit can just move aggressively with the
10
Rubik and
seconds
Enchantress into the
remaining.
Radiant Jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Enigma finding space to find
5
farm
seconds
is
remaining.
going to be a very big challenge. His control factors is still really good.
Reserve time.
Issue is Rubik, obviously. Being the primary one that would steal a black hole and then potentially kill off the entire Diggity team.
I like Ursa here for Team Spirit last pick if they go for a safe lane carry just to bully out the Faceless Void. Or if they want to put OD safe lane, maybe they could go with the TA, and then they could have the TA Enchantress for Roche. So either one of those I like for them. For No Diggity, some non-greedy carry. So Team Spirit should ban out Gyrocopter. Gyro's decent against Enchantress and Night Stalker, just because you're able to push, deal out a lot of magic damage, and the Flak Cannon could help against the creeps.
The only downside is you don't really get great positional control on the Night Stalker.
Yeah.
Like if you had someone like a Slark, for example, with a leash, then maybe you could like lock the Night Stalker in.
It's
10
just trying to
seconds
survive
remaining.
it's a nice ban coming in
Radiant
from Team Spirit. It's just the
team
best hero left in the pool. What else now can they get? It has to be a fighter, and it's got to be tanky. I guess Sven is still left for No Diggity. That's probably what they'll pick for
But
Team
running a
Spirit.
Sven in a Faceless
10
Void,
seconds
like
remaining.
Invoker isn't your nuker again. Like you're not really using the Chronosphere.
5 seconds remaining.
I think they just want good lanes coming in with the Faceless Void, so he gets those levels, and the
Reserve time.
Enigma will maybe be the one to set up for the Sven. You just need something that can survive early on and take to the Night Stalker. And with the War Cry, it's going to be allowing No Diggity's carry to stay in the lane against the Enchantress Night Stalker. And when they make that dive on you, yeah, just War Cry, run away. You also have the stun to play around with, so it's not the best versus the Enchantress, untouchable. Enchantress touchable or something. I was about to say something really weird before, but you know what I mean.
Right, you still said something really weird.
Yeah, I'd say trying to mix up their names right. Unenchantress,
No.
Intouchable. There we go. I got it. Unenchantress, Intouchable. Correct. I'm gonna be laughing when you say that during the
10
cast now
seconds.
because
No.
I'm saying it 3
Never
times.
gonna happen.
Unenchantress.
Never gonna happen.
I'm butchering it on the 3rd try already.
Yeah, you really are.
It's too hard. It's like saying sea Sally sells seashells by the seashore.
Radiant team pick.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
You should have just said she-shore.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. Say it again.
She sells seashells by the seashore.
Okay, you're pretty good at that. I guess this is an Australian thing.
No, it's a theater thing. It's one of those things where you learn to use your tongue properly.
That's what I do when I cast.
Our role of
10
Bubblefish
seconds
will be
remaining.
played by Ryu today. Necrophos is the last one up from Team
5
Spirit,
seconds
so... That's some good killing power, and Chaos Knight was the last one. That's some brutal killing power. Also,
I feel like they're just gonna do Bane plus Chaos Knight top lane. That's what they're gonna, and then just put the Faceless Void in the safe lane. And this could work out for no Diggity, depending on how their early lanes go. But if they put Bane Chaos Knight bottom, it could be a big problem against the Enchantress Night Sucker. But as I talked about, if they change lanes, should be good for Necrophos, Rubik against the Faceless Void. I think they're trying to say, hey, this this passive here from Necrophos is going to be the counter to Faceless Void in his Time Walk. Maybe.
yeah. Well, no Diggity could get really creative with their lanes, but there's not much reason for them to do so. That you're still running an Enigma. As long as they
10
can,
seconds
they stop Team Spirit from aggressively moving into the Radiant jungle early on, and they put down good
5
observer
seconds
wards.
remaining.
They should still win out economically in this game until we start to see like the more of an influence of Goldblack's Enchantress. So will it be it's a big walk?
Prepare for
Everyone's coming. They got 2 smokes. This will be a Team Spirit invasion of the Radiant jungle.
Mm-hmm. How many centuries do they have? They just passed 1 over. The Necro. Looks like Necro's gonna be handled in the safe lane.
Yeah,
The 4 tangos.
It's safe lane. They're only
I was just
coming
looking
in
at all the
to
items.
stop the movement into the Diggity jungle. I mean, to stop the Enigma's control of the jungle. But Diggity also bring out 2 sentries over on Enigma, so this almost looks like a retake kind of play. Syndrome moves into position. He'll actually scout out the wards, and now they just have to see where Team Spirit move. If they can see the observer wards as well, like Illidan's still smoked up, so I don't know where the obs and sentry are on these heroes. They could probably, maybe they could work out there is
30
one
seconds
ob's
to
already
battle.
down. The Team Spirit's not going any further, so okay, so this Enigma's gonna have a pretty damn good time. It's not the greatest jungle though for an Enigma. Like I always feel like the Dire jungle has such quicker transitions from camp to camp.
I agree with that sentiment. You're just forced to stack a little bit more on the Radiant side to get out of it. But Yapstori's gonna be starting off with a deny here. Rune battle going down.
Battle begins.
Nope. Enchantress, are they gonna block off her creep though is the biggest thing. And yeah, they're just gonna do stock and standard with the Bane and the Chaos Knight in the bottom lane. And with Cinder starting with boots first, this is gonna help out a lot, and so he doesn't get picked off by the Enchantress non-stop. So I really like what they're doing.
Want to watch Goldblack's movement? Okay, they actually just saw to the Diggity put down an observer ward on top of their own observer ward. So Diggity are most definitely not aware that there is a Dire obs there. But they always want to fly in Funnick. They're waiting for Goldblack to bring in help, and he's managed to find a Wild Wing. So not really the hero he's looking for early on. Like you really probably would have preferred to have something like a Satyr or a Troll, so you got some trap and control, or just some nuke power. But he at least he can influence the mid lane. Like set a tornado up so quite for us to deal with that. And he can grab a new creep.
He got the worst creep. Well, not the worst creep. I think Centaur isn't, or the Hellbearer Smasher is probably the worst creep to get early on. You want to get the blaster at the beginning of the game, but a wild win against double stuns is not going to be ideal.
But now that Diggity lost their observer ward, now they feel a lot more threatened on this bottom lane. A tornado winds up. Cinderin wants to nightmare that off, but Era, okay, he also attempts a Chaos Ball Beast. He's a little too close. The fresh Hellbearer over on Goldblack. A little too risky to come out any further, but this is now making it so Funnick is able to freely farm on an off lane during daytime. This cannot be allowed to stand. And Faceless Void up against the Necro. Like, Necro is still going to win this lane just off pure health. Which is an amusing thing to say for an undead.
I mean, you want to see a lot of counters coming out to the Faceless Void. It's this one. Just constant harassment from the Heartstopper. Doesn't even have to click him, but he is still giving them the right clicks. Illidan also has boots. He's not even going to take harassment at all, and that's... he's going to have to time walk this off, but Meanwhile,
It's also the hilarious thing with the Faceless Void. I only just realized this with the set. Did you ever notice too, like, Faceless Void always has a face, but in this case, he doesn't have a head.
that's pretty cool, the green.
He's been hollowed out. You can't say he's brainless, his brain is there. It's just very much exposed.
That's where all the toxicity went.
He was only toxic when he was picked up with the Skywrath Mage.
Oh, come on, tell me I was doing the joke from earlier. Arrow, they're going to be going on him.
Yeah, 1 second stun though, we got it off just in time on that Centaur. Without it, Syndrome would have had to look for a Nightmare save.
But that's still a good play. You force them to use the salve, you're eating through regen, and you're having this push now. He's going to enchant this creep. No, it's going to go, yeah. So they're going to have a slow ghost here. That's 500 HP. Let's see if this works out for Gallblack here.
Take whatever you can get, man. Having a creep that can slow? Sure. They just need Diggity to come out just a little bit too far, and then they can have a crack at it. Maybe when the nighttime arrives as well, that's only 50 seconds away. Okay, this will also work. Pick up, throw it back, there's a slow on Era, he just can't walk away. Even with the 1 second stun, he won't be able to get back into his tower, not in time, so he'll go down. Funnick gets pretty deep, way too much damage taken from the tower, but the extra void onto Synderen, it allowed Gallblack to pick up a double kill here for the Team Spirit, what is now an aggro off lane. Yamsor rotates over, but it's looking for a Malefice onto the Night Stalker. He's going to reveal himself. Funnick's still in the trees, but Funnick ends up being bait. Yapsor goes down as well. The conversions are chasing after Funnick. Nightmare onto Gallblack. They'll actually reality to Always Wanna Fly. The stun will be 3 seconds, so Always Wanna Fly will die here. This now makes it a 3-for-1 trade-off.
Yeah, and they're absolutely dominating the other lanes too. I mean, 22 for the OD, whereas 12 for the Invoker top lane. Necro 16. Thought he should have a little bit more for Illidan here, but still crushing the Void, and it's nighttime. Like, you just got 3 kills before nighttime. Team Spirit, it's all them, and you force the Enigma to rotate over, slowing down his, farming speed. So everything going the way of Team Spirit.
And we feel very comfortable about the start of this game. What's Gallblack got now? He's got another smoke up and running. He's got Satyr as well as Centaur. So Stomp and Blast. And again, they look to add pressure towards this bottom lane. Diggity missed. I believe it was Synderen that actually planted down these 2 sentries. He's looking for the vision of Team Spirit. He doesn't realize that it's actually the one that was planted at the very start of the game. Which is surprising considering it was de-warded as well. Like, his obs was de-warded. Like, Team Spirit may have guessed that. Probably would have seen it as well after their aggressive movement. Just not reading the ward positioning perfectly. Allows Team Spirit to keep the vision control on bottom. And Funnick's having the time of his life. Even Iceberg with the double damage rune, like, he doesn't really feel threatened by Qualifier at all. The supports can't rotate off the bottom lane of Diggity either way. Because if they do, like, what's the Absol going to do? Run into mid lane? Not going to be able to do much. A 1 second stun only over on Gallblack. He's got Sprites up. Untouchable's going to keep him alive as well with Always Wanna Fly, creating more space. Sunstrike. Gallblack won't be hit by that one. No free kill coming the way of that Invoker, but Qualifier still going to bring his physical presence down to this bottom lane and see if he can keep battling, as the Enigma will go down to the Night Stalker. That's going to loop himself around. There's no void. There is crippling fear. Qualifier, he's got 1 point up in Wex. Now he can actually invoke up the Ghost Walk if he wants to, and well, he can't do it. Night Stalker gets another kill.
Hey, they're just running away with this game. Oh, look at, oh, nice. Nice reality there, adding extra damage to that hit. And Synderen with the brain stab. At least they get the return kill onto Gallblack. Sadly, it wasn't onto a hero. That could have helped out for getting another item, because they're just like walking with boots. This is the poor man's side of the map. And you just see Koifa being pressured out of the mid lane. He's like, oh, I can't stay mid lane. I'm against an OD who has level 7. He's only level 5. He's also going to get this top region rune. Oh no. If Iceberg had the information we do, that could have been an easy rune, but...
He might have been really worried about it, because Void's missing from the top lane. And now, that's exactly what they're going to try and go for. Void jumps him, Sunstrike's good positioning with the Meteorite down, Iceberg will die. And with a small army of conversions, actually, they're about to time out anyway. But Yabsor can convert the catapult. And they can go for the push onto this tier 1 tower. With a catapult of their own, like, they really need to do some damage to this tier 1 tower.
How much are they going to be able to do? Fortify instantly now.
You should be able to bring it down to half-life at least.
Yeah, Half-Life seems about good. Half-Life 3 coming soon.
Better bring it down to a third if they're going to do that.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Goldblack's getting ready to have another crack at bottom. It's the last 40 seconds of nighttime. And Funix already getting really aggressive. Cinderin picked up, thrown back.
Give me my earned charges, Cinderin. Thank you.
That observable positioning of theirs doesn't even see Goldblack playing around with that camp. It's almost worth the midnight pulse just to clean up this tree line. Because Goldblack's able to just take creeps, whatever creeps he wants from the Radiant jungle.
He didn't go midnight pulse though. He prioritizes getting over the Malefice stunts, not farming it as efficiently. Normally you would see like Zai or somebody clear out these trees, probably over here, just so you can farm faster just walking between, but not the case here. Just going for that more aggressive build and not the farming aggressive, or the more greedy farming build.
And Team Spirit trigger the darkness of Panic. They ensure that bottom tier 1 tower goes down. Still got to remember that Illidan's up on this top lane, just time of his lifestyle. Faceless Void disappears, trying to go for it. Well, I say trying, succeeded in the chrono gank on mid. But you've still got him sitting at 3.7k net worth on this Necrophos. And then OD, he's not far behind him. Even with the 1 death to his name, no kills, no assists. Iceberg is still looking better than any hero on Diggity's lineup.
Yeah, that's why they're trying to pressure him in the mid lane. They have the black hole online for about 3 minutes now. They're trying to set up a kill with it. I like when they do that. Normally you see a lot of Enigmas try to farm and farm their mechanism and then just push down towers, but getting active with that first black hole and catching somebody off guard can help out. And always want to fly poking and prodding arrow here. He's got a haste rune. It just ran out. Needs to be a little bit careful now.
He wanted the Chaos Bolt. That's the primary thing he was looking for, but Era only gave him Reality Rift. Without
That's
one
the
charge, he can't do
initiation.
much with it.
He can initiate now. Let's look at this range of the reality on the Rubik.
Wait,
Well, it's not that bad. He can reality into a telekinesis. So I think it's pretty good for Always Want to Fly.
I'm kind of surprised that he picks up an urn. This now makes it the second urn over on Team Spirit. And he had enough money, he could have gone for Arcanes.
Yeah, I would have liked to see the arcane. They have Troll Net.
There's your black hole. He walks into this one. The Sunstrike's in a good spot, and Goldblack, well, okay, now the sprites turn on. They're both healing up. Reality Rip from Era and a 4 seconds on Funnick will ensure the kill. So say goodbye to the Night Stalker. Some good money coming the way of Yapsol. And some much needed space to be granted on the map here for Diggity.
I'm just looking at Illidan though, like, he's AFK for 10 minutes now. He's like, oh, I'm just chilling, getting 67 CS. Nobody's gonna even bother coming up to my lane.
He'll turn up with an 11-minute mech.
Yeah.
That's fine. Gee,
I mean,
is it even worth it? Like right now he could hold on to the headdress and just pick up a Blink Dagger. Go for the aggressive jump in with it with the Scythe build. It may should be the better choice, especially around an Enigma.
I like mechanism into Ags or something. Because if you just kill off any of these Diggity's heroes with an ulti and keep them out of the fight without having buyback into the later stages of the game, I think they're just going to straight up win from Team Spirit, and that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to eliminate a hero from the game with the Night Stalker starting off things, and OD is going to be the one going for that Rod of Atos, so you shouldn't go for it on the Necro.
It's Roshan time. You got 3 points of untouchable, Goldblack. He's letting his Sata die for the cause.
Goldblack never played Enchanters before. Nice, good.
That's a crap one, Ray. Sunstrike gets the scat out right now by Qualifier.
That's 5 HP regen, Toby. That could have helped out a little bit. They're just going to use their earned charges. Speaking of which, yeah. To make these 2 urns work, they're just going to have to get kills everywhere on the map. Like, go gank with your Night Stalk plus Illidan, and then just go like a 3-man squad in the top lane, but...
TP's coming in. Illidan returns. Takes all the experience, takes all the money, and even protects his tier 1 tower. But it's on bottom lane where Diggity are trying to prepare themselves for a fight. Yepsol's coming over, but he doesn't have a Blink Dagger, so he really relies on the Reality Rift of Era connecting. And Era's now going to show himself on bottom lane. Funnick's already left.
It's the only thing Diggity can do is just TP to mid and TP to bottom. So, and since Iceberg is playing so far up, they know they're in the bottom lane. And this should be a free tower for Team Spirit. There's going to be no TPs to help them out in this case because they all went to the other lanes.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
I can't do it with Ogre Frostmage. Welcome to Armor.
Radiant structures.
That's pretty nice to have, especially against the right clicks of the Chaos Knight. I mean, one of the most annoying things about Lich when he's picked is his Frost Armor. It's like, it completely ruins some of the carries. Like, when you're playing Slark and you can't right click to get those essence shifts, oh my, I just want to leave the game.
Dinnerin can't do anything right now apart from maybe TP himself away to safety. It's only if Diggity wants to try and fight this. Era's not ready to fight. I'm almost wondering if this is an early armlet build from him just so he's capable of fighting when Team Spirit wish to.
Wondering if it's also a Midas, just so he can come back into this game because he needs a lot of levels.
It wouldn't be bad against an Enchantress, like you'd be running double Midases against an Enchantress. Bottom lane, hello. Fight's gonna begin, it's over on Era. There's a Necro Scythe, but the heal just in time from Yamsor. Meaning that Scythe does not find the kill and put Era in the deck for a little bit longer. He'll still end up going down. But it's a 1-for-1 trade-off. Chaos Knight going down for the Rubik.
And they want to deny the bottom tower. They can still hold it. Good TPM reaction, and just making sure that Necrophos' ulti doesn't, you know, proc, so he gets that extra 30 seconds always helps. So nice mechanism there, and then retreating. They still have the black hole to work with. I'm still wondering when Diggity's big ultis are going to start coming online. They have to farm up a little bit. Both out of mana. So if they realize this from Team Spirit, they can just take any team fight they want right now.
Yeah, he'd basically have to Soul Ring to get in, but instead Yamsor's just going to Soul Ring to take care of again catapults. I was thinking with the extra 30 seconds it would have been a guaranteed tier 2 tower and bottom lane, but then again, what does Diggity do to even stop this?
Well, you talked about in the draft with the OD, you don't really have the pushing power. Luckily enough, they have some Enchantress creeps, but Diggity are still able to trade. They killed off the top tower. They almost killed the bottom, but they're knocking at your tier 3 here. They're just trying to force you back to the bottom lane, and there's nobody coming back.
Now the Mass Teeth are on the way. They're all coming back. The last one to arrive will be Qualifier, and he's got to catch somebody out of position with Cold Snap. Like, Illidan would be the biggest target, but then again, he's got the Aegis, so what's the point? And you're right, it's actually going to be the Aghanims build from the Necro.
I also like Terrain, but not as the second item on Necro. I mean, it adds extra heal, and then reducing the Reaper Scythe cooldown is, I think, it's underestimated how well this spell can do when you have a core Necro getting all the farm. I'm wondering if Always Wanna Fly doesn't want to just steal a Chronosphere and just turn it on the rest of Dig. So, I mean, Always Wanna Fly has so many spells to steal this game that could help Fiend's Grip, the 2 big ultis from Void and Enigma. I'm waiting for this guy to shine. Show it to me.
Give it time.
I want it now. Now.
Right now, Team Spirit, all they want to do is passively start taking lanes and try and bait Diggity to initiate onto a hero who's just going to respawn and probably survive through the initial attack anyway.
He's got 30 seconds left, Aegis, so needs to be a little bit careful. And they should just back out now.
They can't take the tier 2 tower on top. Well, actually, yeah, they can. It's 40 HP.
It's 40 HP.
I was like, wow, backdoor regen may really stop them from doing this, but you've got to fight through 40 points. That's all. Iceberg now picks up the Blink Dagger. This money is ridiculous for Team Spirit. They got so much of it. The experience isn't as high. But I'm still waiting to see like Diggity's big power play to come back in. With some good armlet toggles from Era, it may be possible. But at the same time, with Necrophos, he could really just screw up Chaos Knight completely.
I'm more worried about the Chaos Knight getting screwed by the Sandy's Eclipse. I mean, he ultis, you just Sandy's Eclipse, all the images are gone. So that's the one thing we didn't talk about. And even just Arcane orbing the images. Like this OD, again, that's why you don't pick Naga Siren or, you know, AM against the OD. He just one right click, the Manta style it's dead. So, not seeing this Chaos Knight paying off at all.
Yeah, it would have been a lot better if he was able to find that initiation in lane, but as you said, like, just doesn't really exist. Now the armlet is there. Tier 1 tower is being pressured down by a couple of conversions, and the tower will go down properly as Yapsor needs a moment. Iceberg did just arrive in the lane. Is there any vision of any of the heroes from Team Spirit? There is no vision on... Okay, there's vision on the Night Stalker. It's the Night Stalker who does not have a TP scroll. That's the one bit of information that Diggity has. They've smoked up, so they have an opening. They could just run forward and try and get this, like, win this fight.
Yeah, and with Iceberg being in the front, that's their only save potential. They have the mechanism, but that's not reliable when you get caught in a chronosphere. And Koifa, he's got Sunstrike and the Forge Spirits, but he can just easily turn that into a meteor as well in the chrono. So if Iceberg gets caught here, he's going to be dead. Doesn't have buyback, and they could potentially push for tier 2. I don't know if they can get any more out of it if Diggity win.
Okay, that's not a great thing. Sorry, it happens sometimes. I kind of remembered, like, I played with Yapsor previously. Just some pubs and some CS stuff. And he never really had network connection issues then. Hopefully he gets them sorted out. Team Spirit, it's really difficult to be positive for Diggity right now. Because it feels like no matter what happens in the fight, Team Spirit still have a huge amount of control. The only advantage they really get if you're Diggity is if you stay alive with the Chaos Knight and his almost like his illusions also survive the fight. So you got enough quick damage that you can bring down a building. Or Enigma's still able to resummon conversions in the fight. Because their pushing power isn't really strong. Like we said, yeah, OD is kind of crap at it. But the Night Stalker and the Enchantress have been making up for it. And the Necro gives you a lot of pushing power because he's able to regenerate the wave. So you keep a lot of Team Spirit alive for a lot longer. And this just makes their push power a lot more effective. That's the reason why they've taken out all outer towers by 17 minutes with a lineup which has an OD as a core.
Still, Diggity have a lot of stuns and lockdown coming in their way. So that's the one thing from Team Spirit. They don't have the best initiation. And that's just why they've been kind of farming and sitting back a little bit. Just happy to win out in the early game. But once this Night Stalker has his Ags on Funnick and he's 500 gold away, they can start having the vision to reliably choose any target they want in the team fight.
They have unobstructed vision. They have the Dragon Lance over on Golblack, so they got all of the damage he's going to pump out. And they actually have the Necro Ags on the Courier right now. So obviously it won't be there for the fight, because the fight's probably going to start up in the next, like, maybe 5-10 seconds after we finish the pause. And the Courier will not be able to travel that far in that amount of time.
I just see them backing out from Team Spirit. I don't think anything's going to happen after this pause, just because they have a lot of deep wards right now. We didn't talk about it. Over here, one here, and there's nobody farming. You have all the lanes pushed out right now.
But you smoked for a reason. Like, if Team Spirit back out, then maybe I can understand it. But
that's what I'm saying. Team Spirit are going to back out, and they don't have enough jump right now. See, the Blink Dagger is on cooldown for Faceless Void, and they're just not in the position to catch Iceberg right now. That's what I was trying to say. Just Team Spirit are going to back out, and there should be no fight.
And Diggity's going to be really annoyed if that's the case, because they really need to have a fight now. Like, even if you got a time walk into a chronosphere, Void's at the back part of the line too. It's actually the furthest hero of Diggity away from Team Spirit.
Give me those drawings. Let's go down the mid lane. Arrows, can we have my tic-tac-toe now? That'd be nice.
You can't, well, we can't do tic-tac-toe on the screen because we can't draw on the...
You know the game SOS?
The game SOS?
It might be... OXO? Where you go, So you have these box... Okay, never mind. We'll just say that for later.
Or if you actually just describe the line game to me. But now, in they come. Team Spirit didn't back up. Hero's going to initiate in. There's your Fiend's Grip over an Iceberg and a great turning Chronosphere coming in from the Faceless Void. The Sunstrike, a little bit off target, milled in with the Black Hole. We're perfectly on target, catching Rubik as well as they try and go over deeper. 3 seconds on a perfect Deafening Blast. This is the fire from Diggity. This is what they wanted. All Black will retreat. The Faceless Void can't keep up with them. At least he can't control him. This will now be the bottom tower gone, and the tier 2 tower will probably join it. Era remains alive with his illusions. They took the best fight they could have ever have asked for.
Dire's structures are fortified.
I'm very surprised they just didn't back out from Team Spirit, and knowing that nobody was on the map. They had vision. That's very confusing for me. And both of the cores just grouping up there, like, give me this, give me these freebies. And yeah, just see all the lockdown coming in from Diggity. And then once you have this huge team fight, they're just instantly back in the game, and all they have to do is wait for their ultis to come off cooldown, and they can do that again. So Team Spirit, unfortunately, Roche will not be coming up soon. They will have the next set of items though for them. That's the big thing. Still have Funnick gonna get his Ags, and it should be able to control the tempo for them now. But you're just giving Diggity some hope back into this game.
That really was the ultimate dream from Diggity. The fact you get a perfect Chronosphere, you crowd the Rubik in the middle of it, there's no one that could interrupt the Black Hole. There was just no follow-up that could happen from Team Spirit. The Fiend's Grip caught their frontliner, so then you've actually got a Chronosphere, which is a great zoning component, and the Chaos Knight's got the base to do the damage against the hero he wants to, because they're double control. All Black really wants
Cinder in. Is Cinder going to get erased from the game?
He's going to actually not. The Nightmare over on Gold Black. Welcome in Yaptor. 4 seconds on the Necrophos. You got the defensive imprisonment coming out from Iceberg Era. Doesn't really have lots to fight with this. And the Necrophos. There's the Aghanim's ulti going to
can't
work.
Fight back.
There's 72 seconds without a Chaos Knight.
Alright, let's go high ground. No Sandy's Eclipse. They do have the Faceless Void with the ultimate back online, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. No Fiend's Grip, Koifa.
This is almost too easy for Team Spirit.
Yeah.
Like, Diggity want to come in and fight close, but Gold Black's just a never-ending source of mana thanks to Iceberg. Chronosphere on 4, Koifa, Sunstrike, Meteorite, Iceberg, they need him down, and they've got him down as well. What does Rubik actually get? He actually takes out Time Dilation. Well, no Chronosphere for you, and Gold Black too close to tower. Deafening Blast, we attack damage from the tower already. Means that the kill will happen. Enchantress going down. They jump down deeper. Faceless Void maybe a little bit too deep now. There's Cinderin. He's still got that brain stuff. They're going after that Rubik. Koifa's got another Invoke of Marvel. They will bring down 3 heroes from Team Spirit. Successful defense, and Team Spirit maybe not respecting Diggity enough. Especially that Chronosphere. Once again, right on mark from the Faceless Void.
Yeah, even though they had perfect vision coming in from Funnick, they were not expecting Faceless Void ulti. That was just weird of them all to group up as 3 there. I would expect at least Funnick to stay outside, and all 3 of them grouping up like that. That was a freebie once again, and as well as Always Wanna Fly sticking around trying to be cute with his newfound item or spell with Time Dilation. Fortunately didn't get the Chronosphere to turn it back on the enemy. But yeah, this is giving more time for Diggity to come back into this game. But as we look at it here, I wanted to talk about it with Team Spirit. Now, I don't think they're hurting at all, because if Iceberg gets up his sheepstick, I think they're still stronger for the next, 10-20 minutes. But who do you feel has the better, say, not late game, but mid to late game here?
Mid to late game, you still got to go with Team Spirit. Like, the amount of damage output that they've got, the amount of vision advantage that they're playing around with, it's just too much. At the same time, Team Spirit have put themselves in 2 very compromising positions. If they continue to do this, Diggity will win. Just because Team Spirit are allowing them to do so. Like, you're getting into a position where you can get a 2 to 3 man Chronosphere off. You're allowing Era to isolate one target and attack it. Even in that Chronosphere, the Chronosphere
He just Astral Roche.
Okay. Wait, what?
Yeah, Astral Roche. I didn't know you could do that.
Okay. Yep, cool.
Funnick, nice positioning. Koifa, not fun position. Oh,
Quick blink. very quickly before the Death Pulse is able to hit him with a Fiend Strip. It catches out Funnick, so you can say goodbye to that vision advantage. The Chronosphere is available, but always going to fly, picking up the Faceless Void. He's still actually got the Time Walk available, but they'll want to try and kill off Always going to fly to start with. So the Yule's up and drop him back down again. He actually managed to steal Time Walk, so he repairs all the damage done to him. He won't be able to go again, however, so Always going to fly will actually get Time locked and brought down. But Roshan's already at 2/3 of his life. Thanks to the Forge Spirits, the App Source now got conversions.
Cinderin just doing a really good job there, positioning. They don't have anything to really stop them besides the Astral, and I'm really surprised Iceberg didn't, Astral him a little bit faster. I think he was just positioned not too well, and once again, Diggity coming out on top here. They're going to take the Aegis, and once they start getting the BKBs online, the Chaos Knight is going to be hitting like a truck. Yapzor could have an uninterruptible black hole, and the only thing that really goes through it is going to be the Necrophos ulti, which you don't want to stop an Enigma ulti just for that, and the Rubik steal.
Yeah,
but
and it's really important for Team Spirit that when they use that ulti, they actually put someone in the grave. And you can't just use it as an interruption ability. Right now, they need a lot more space on the map. Because they're falling behind. Qualifier Qualifier is actually about to finish up his Aghanim Scepter. The Invoker's coming online, and Team Spirit need one hero down for a full minute for them to push up and take a Rax.
Give me that. Sunstrike on the range creep here from Qualifier, showing off his ability to hit.
I know how to CS. Woo!
Oh. Problem is, KZ.
That's a little short.
Just looking for ward spots since they took the gem.
Actually, his gem too. He bought that gem.
Where's the other one? Yeah, it's back at base.
Sitting back at base. How many times do you actually see a Faceless Void spend the money to buy a gem? Like, Cinderen's going in for the BKB, the Enigma's going in for the BKB, everyone's going in for a BKB. Which means your offlaner is spending huge amounts of money on gems as opposed to finishing up his Aghanim Scepter.
Well, how do you deal with a lineup with all intelligence heroes, basically, and no physical right clicks besides Call Black? Just buy BKBs, and there's the time.
Chronosphere, they called out Illidan. While we're stalled, it's actually going to be time dilation once again. A great little maneuver there, and it means the Faceless Void can keep chasing up after Illidan. They have Black Hole available, getting Always going to fly in the back end of that. They'll pick up both of these heroes, a double kill for Qualifier. And everyone else just abandoned it. Iceberg sitting up on top lane, just trying to push the lane. But right now, Diggity, because they didn't even have to use Phantasm, they can push and go for the tier 3 tower.
Don't want to use Phantasm just yet because he'll just use Sandy's Eclipse. So.
And you can also just use the Aegis the Immortal with a BKB. Okay, well, screw that. He used Phantasm. I thought Hero would run forward and try and do this. 2-second stun. Gold Black with almost one hit loses almost all of his life. The Sunstrike and Deathling Blast, not the perfect combo. Bane's Brain Sap will finish the job. And with these illusions still up, Iceberg, he hasn't stolen any intelligence. He still wants to have that Eclipse for the damage in the fight. But they lose their melee racks. They'll lose the range racks as well. And Team Spirit, this was not the dream. This was not the play. They had themselves almost at 10,000 gold advantage, and now they're behind by almost 7.5k. Rapidly approaching 10k experience deficit as well.
Yeah, and you just fed over all that gold, and that's just going to allow them to get up to those BKBs. And then once that happens, the game is just kind of over because they're not going to be able to take team fights at all. So it's going to be on the back of Always Want to Fly to steal a good spell during these team fights. I kind of hyped him up.
He can't
Maybe he's letting me down now.
Like, time dilation was probably one of the greatest things that could have happened to a Faceless Void playing against a Rubik. Like, he Chronospheres, and normally, like, all you got is Time Walk, right? It's either backtrack or time lock, and both of these are not activatable abilities. But because he's got time dilation, he jumps in, throws the Chronosphere, and then instantly goes in with the time dilation. There's not even a cast time on time dilation, right? Like, it's instant.
Yeah, it's an instant.
Yeah. So it's actually like Always Gonna Fly is gonna pick a different target. I think I've seen Yapsaw out of the 2 black holes that he's throwing. Both of them contained the Rubik.
Yep. I think he's
Was there a third?
2. I remember there's 2, but I think there might have
There
been
was
a
the one
third.
on bottom
Yeah.
lane, and there was the one just
Bottom-
now. But yeah, I think there was actually a third one in the middle of all of that.
I think it was I think it was the third one for a solo kill, but I just can't remember it right now.
Wasn't a memorable event.
Nah, it was nothing. You don't need to know it. Useless.
Onyx on the run. Overward's gonna get de-watered out, but he already saw it coming in with the Aghanim Scepter. So where do you go if you dig it? You're taking out the mid lane, going through bottom, but now there's no Aegis Immortal anymore too. They're just going through bottom. Every ulti's up apart from Black Hole, which is 17 seconds on cooldown.
Time to start buying mass moon shards so they can get that extra vision. 250 extra night vision against that pesky Night Stalker here. They can just barrel down the lanes. And they have a Blink Dagger now on Era. He can be that huge initiation. Oh my goodness. I'm so worried for Team Spirit. They really need to have Iceberg to have a sheep stick.
Can he?
Oh, he went in...
No, now he can see Funnick. He knows exactly where Funnick is. He can blink into a Chronosphere. And OD standing right next to him as well. The creep wave was giving them the vision. Now Funnick runs forward. And with his, obviously his Aghanim Scepter, he knows where the Void is as well. But that was the OD jumping out. Qualifier going to get caught out. The BKB charge has been expanded in the middle of this Chronosphere. And now, Yapsaw, he doesn't want to throw that ulti. He's still checking the positioning for him for always going to fly. And this time, he'll steal the black hole, but the damage may already been done. Already the OD and the Necro down. Golem being pulled back in by Era. The stun's off cooldown in 1 second time. And Era, well, actually, they just use the Nightmare of Synderen. Control him and focus on always want to fly. That Impetus damage of Goblin will start causing a lot of problems, however, and faces Void. Time walk, 1 second, there she blows. Needs more space, though, to get that blink off with the EMP. There's the space granted, and they're away. You just brought back on an OD to defend against a fight like that, and you still lost your tier 3 tower on bottom lane.
Yeah, it's all in right now from Team Spirit. They just have to go down mid or somewhere. If they don't do it, the game's over. They just have...
Would you go down mid now, or would you wait for Roshan?
No, go mid. No, they have no big ultis online, or they don't have Enigma Black Hole. You have it. There's no other answer.
You still have Chronosphere though.
The Chronosphere is online, but you're just gonna have to hope that you get a good initiation off and a good Black Hole. I don't agree with farming this out any longer. Just because OD bought back, he's not gonna have an item for the next team fight.
Either that or Team Spirit try and stall this game up so hard that Iceberg's able to survive the 6 minutes until his buyback is off cooldown.
It's just his item progression. You saw how much work the BKB did for him, keeping him alive, but there's just no save. There's no catch. This Aether Lens, Synderen, and as well as his BKB, there's no stopping this man. They just got handed everything to them with that bottom fight, and they haven't looked back since. That's really good play from No Diggity, picking a lineup that was able to stall out the game, able to catch off heroes like Always Want to Fly. Saw him there, just backing away.
Yeah, well, actually thought Qualifier was going to go for the Yule Scepter. Would buy him time to summon up the Forge Spirits and have everyone else come to him, but now Funnick with that Aghanim Scepter sees a lot of what's going on. Enigma may get caught out here. Yapsaw's on the run, the TP out was fine. Funnick getting a little bit indecisive about which hero he wanted to fight against. There's no tier 2 tower on the top lane, there's no extra support, but with Malefice and Midnight Pulse, Funnick may be dissuaded enough. Keep going, Illidan. Okay, there goes your side. They don't find the kill. It's a 3-man Chronosphere. You're fine with this. That's a very low cooldown ultimate from the Faceless Void. And you keep Yapsaw alive. To mention that mid lane still pushing in, and Team Spirit have to go back to deal with it.
And they're not going to have Black Hole to use, so... Oh, it's just... The grave is looking very... They're looking at them, Team Spirit. They're already in. Can they climb themselves out is the question, and... I feel like Synderen is just filling in that hole right now with his shovel, saying, thanks for the free win, guys.
Pairing Team Spirit alive? What you're going for?
I mean, it's happening.
I'm saying it's Qualifier who's the man that's actually shoveling the shit. He's got 5.5k gold now, a refresher orb Invoker. He's looking to pump out as much damage as possible in the middle of the Chronosphere. And Kizu's been doing a fantastic job as well.
Jack Kizu is just the MVP this game. Like, there's no other hero. I was just giving Cinderin the, you know, all the hype, considering it's his team now, and he's doing a really good job playing the support, and just picks are coming online, showing how they can persevere through the bad early game. But yeah, Kizu, like you said, is MVP right now. All of his initiations have been spot on.
See if they can get another one. Let's try to scout out Roshan. He's not up just yet. Enigma would also like a little bit more money before they go for this. He's 100 gold away from his Blink Dagger, but I suppose this will work with Qualifier. Can get the pickup. Goodbye Iceberg's 9-second BKB charge. And Yapsol now will actually get his Blink Dagger. They've got the initiation, and they've got Roshan.
So, in this game, I don't know why I always want to fly went for Aetherlings. Even the Urn we were talking about was really questionable. He should just went for the mana boots, so he has more mana to work with, keep spamming out spells, but you need a Blink Dagger. If you have... Like, this is the Blink Dagger game. You have to get on the backlines, you have to stop Cinderin Fiend's Grip, you have to steal the Black Hole, and you have to reposition yourself to do that, because he's always on the other side looking out. Like, oh, my team's caught, I can't go blink past the Enigma and Black Hole them. So I don't agree with his itemization, but that's not the reason why they're losing. But it's not helping in the team fights.
Could also be because Always Want to Fly is, like, he's a very, very experienced Rubik player. He made us be used to, like, playing up against the old Faceless Void. And went for the Ether Lens and realized, wait, this doesn't really function as well. Damn, okay, they're just pumping more damage. With Alacrity on Era, the EMP as well keeps Team Spirit out, and now they fight. They're all grouped up, however. All 5 of them together, they burn the Aegis Immortal. Phantasm and BKB are still available. Era's going to trigger his BKB. Modification will slow this fight. Yapsor still waiting for the good opportunity to jump. Hasn't found it yet. Noise on a Fly continues to stay on the back lines. But surprisingly, I thought the Void would have just pounced on that. There was 4 heroes all in the same position, with Invoker ready to drop his combo.
Maybe the tornado was hitting him from the Wild Wind. I couldn't see where he was at, but like you said, I think it could have been a really good play.
Put your hands up or you don't care, Wild Wing. I don't know if you've actually got him like that right now, but he finished his tornado and the animations haven't brought him back to life.
Yeah, I see it. Put my hands up, playing my song.
Oh wow, that's where you went. I at least went to a cool song. Jump him, there's Chronosphere, only catching out Goldblack however, and well, okay, this time around Chronosphere will be stolen in return, right on top of Cinder, Era, and Yapsol inside the BKB. They're still looking for the kill, the Black Hole coming out from Yapsol, always on a fly, can't steal it again, and Voidfa, where's that damage? They want Iceberg down. Right now, Funnick has been brought back in by Era. He is 1 attack away from death, and the Chaos Bot will be able to do that work. Necro pulled out of the fight with a tornado. They're all running away, and Diggity are remembering what they came here for. Objective-based gaming. They have to take out the racks first. Then they can focus on the top lane once all their oldies come back off cooldown.
Even though you have this amazing steal on the Chrono, you just don't have the physical DPS, and it's just, well, where you tap out. I mean, where's your control gonna come from? You still don't have the sheep stick on your OD. He keeps dying in the team fights. He's 0-5. Holy cow, what the hell? OD is 0-5-1. He's contributed 1 kill to this whole entire game. That's a telling sign.
So that's a very sad. That's a very, very sad sign. There's still props though. Like, you managed to get that much farm. You got your Blink Dagger, a BKB, and a Rod of Atos. It's still not terrible for Iceberg.
No, he's played a decent game. It's just that one. Yeah, we're gonna go back to that one team fight always in the bottom lane, but Funnick is gonna be scouting out here. They have.
You need to get the silence off. Like, that's the only way this really works. And they'll actually smoke. But they don't smoke with the Night Stalker. He was too far out of range, so Funnick is still going to be visible. Now the smoke breaks as Cinderin walks forward, picked up, throw him down, and Cinderin, goodbye! 80 seconds on the sideline. Chronosphere and Tornado was also triggered, but Faceless Void with the EMP. He actually, yeah, Night Stalker doesn't have that much more to work with. He can go for 1 more Void here, but even then that won't do enough. Everyone else TP's out successfully. The mid lane and the bottom lane start pushing in. They have to return.
Poor Cinderin, dead for another 50 seconds.
Well,
Gonna have to go AFK.
If you're Diggity, you're fine with that. Cinderin has become water boy. He's taking it for the team.
He's got a good bounty on his head. He got 800 gold from him.
If point for only dude. Point for only dude. Yes, sir. Of course. What's that crew waiting for as well? Who's got the money? 3k gold on
Waiting for the
Enchantress.
Mystic stats on the OD. 100%. Watch, Toby.
Still needs 40 gold though.
But yeah, I missed it.
There it is. And the Aghanim Scepter as well. So Enchantress will reach her peak now as far as DPS goes. Obviously you can have things like Mask of Man, it's a Moon Shard that come her way, but normally if you're, I suppose at 38 minutes you're not as happy if you're Gold Black having a Dragon Lance and an Aghanim Scepter. But at least he's got it now. And there's your Blink Dagger you were searching for on Always Wanna Fly.
Yeah, so they have a good chance now at this game. It's like 5% instead of like 1 as it was a moment ago, but still need to have that sheep stick for OD for me to bump it up a little bit. Always Wanna Fly still gonna have to steal some amazing spells. I'm just trying to figure out what Illidan is gonna do in these team fights. We've just seen him healing very little. He's just like a healer and then he dies. His team fight contribution is nothing. Gallblack is the biggest thing for Team Spirit. He's going to be able to pump out all that physical damage we were talking about, but not having the extra attack speed, it's going to hurt him. So maybe he should go for Mask of Madness, like all in. Here we go.
They may have no other choice. Actually, they are at a point where they have no other choice. The smoke is now being purchased up by Cinderin. A little bit of missed micro on conversions, I think, allowing just a little bit of extra farm. It's negligible at best. But more than likely, Diggity will look for one smoke kill outside the base, if it's possible. Get underneath that Aghanim Scepter vision of the Night Stalker and just pounce.
They're so mean. Look, they're getting BKBs and Lincolns. They're so mean.
It's not mean, it's smart.
It's so mean, though.
It's how you get yourself into a winner's bracket final.
They put it on the Enigma, and then he won't get stolen. They put it on Face's Void. He won't get stolen.
That's the wide Chrono. Always Wanna Fly is going to get the pickup. He only steals time dilation, however. Tornado flies through the black hole from Yamsor. They'll fall back into the Oblivion as Qualifier tries to send that Necro into the next world. Funnick will drop. Illidan will join him. The Lincoln Sphere is the only thing that's really triggering off on top of Qualifier. They can't control him with that. The Yule Scepter, Cinderin, okay, nightmare yourself. Get yourself out of there, Cinderin. Iceberg will still attack in. He doesn't care. He's going to BKB up. Ice Stalker will buy back. Cinderin again, the sacrificial lamb for Diggity. They're coming out to fight. No big ultimates available for Diggity, so no reason to come into the engagement.
Run, Diggity, run. I mean, they can still turn around, but Funnick is going to cancel the TP very close to it. They're going to find Coif. Nope, they're just going to blink away. But it's still forced to buy back out for Illidan. He's not making any item progression. I'm trying to figure out why Team Spirit aren't just kind of calling it quits here. They feel like they can win, and I'm trying to help them out by saying
they know they can win if Illidan is able to get a Necro ulti kill like onto a hero like the Invoker. The OD with long sustained fights. I don't disagree with you. Like, I don't disagree with you at all. But they have a vision game and they have abilities which makes them believe enough they can get enough kills that they can stall this game up enough, or they can make it so like 26,000 worth of net worth, which is on the Invoker, doesn't exist anymore. If they can do that, then maybe there's a counteraxe in the play. Maybe there's a lot of damage that can come out from Gallblack. There's a lot of things which, in your mind, you're going to be sitting there going, this can all work for us. The issue is making it work against Diggity. It requires Diggity to make a mistake, really.
Yeah, you're grasping at straws here, Toby. Worse than me at times.
But it's the reason why they're still in the game. That's the answer you were looking for.
They have very little hope. They're going to play it out to the end here. And I like it from Team Spirit. Maybe they could even talk about what went wrong this game, because It was still them. If you look at here at the net worth here, they had a 10K gold lead at one point, and it was really early. So that skyrockets at a 15. When you have a 10K lead at 15 minutes, it just shows you dominated in the laning phase, and you should be able to transition to, you know, a good mid game. But it just disastrous, all because of one team fight. And Team Spirit, what is your next big play here? Do they have any smokes? Is the question.
On the heroes, and as far as it goes, it's out of stock for 4 minutes.
So, as well as Nightsucker, does he have ulti? He does. Daytime 1 PM. Roche will be going down.
They have to wait to fight from inside their base. Like their only chance, there's no chance because they don't have buybacks.
Yeah, this is the last ditch effort is to fight this Roche, but Gallback's gonna get solo picked off maybe?
Oh,
not
what
just...
a chrono. It actually got Funnick as well. They're gonna remove the vision, they're gonna remove the DPS of Gallblack. Funnick's on the run out of here, but they just a little bit more time. Now Iron Smoke jumps forward, looking for the kill on Yamcha, throws the ulti down. The Necro will put that Enigma out, and Synderen, well, Fiend Strip was stolen from him. They triggered through Void with the Lincoln Spear, but that was actually the Fiend Strip that was stolen. It's all over. They've lost too many heroes. At this point, Diggity can just go straight through the base. There's the GG call out from Gallblack. They knew there wasn't much of a chance, but they were still holding on to it anyway. That's game number 1 of this best of 3, which will go the way of no Diggity. One more game, they get a match up against Power Ridge in the winners bracket final. See who will qualify for the EPICENTER LAN tournament happening later this year. Not that much later, like in a couple of months' time in Moscow. $500,000 prize pool. It's going to be a great event. Man, Team Spirit, they need to turn something around in game 2.
Oh, yeah. Their picks weren't even the problem. It's just maybe get more lockdown, I want to say. Where you last picked this Necro, and it was really...